Hey YouTube, Tactical Timmy here. I wanted to take a few moments to talk about gold and silver mining stocks. I've seen a lot of videos out recently where people are talking about gold and silver mining stocks and even seen some ads for some different gold and silver mining stocks. And I wanted to discuss gold and silver's mining stocks position in our portfolio and what its role might be in our portfolio. So to start off, let's talk about how we should be developing our portfolios, because everyone's portfolio is going to look a little bit different. On whole, everyone's going to have some sort of cash position, and that's going to be their savings for emergencies, unexpected expenses, those kinds of things that come up. Beyond that, we obviously all are in the stacking community, so we're probably going to be stacking some precious metals, and that can also serve as those longer term savings, the things that we aren't going to want to cash in at a moment's notice. And that's totally fine. That's what it's there for. It's there to discourage us from spending it because we worked really hard to earn our gold and silver. Beyond that gold and silver, I trust that most of y'all probably have your 401ks or however you have it, your stock retirement accounts. And with that, you're probably going to have more traditional stocks. Most of the time, you're not going to have precious metals in your 401k and your retirement accounts. And that's totally fine. We want to have some of our assets built towards growth. And within that, you're going to be buying, index funds and mutual funds with low costs and trying to get as much growth out of them as possible. So precious metals aren't necessarily, I know a lot of y'all will probably say that silver does have the growth play, but I would contend that historically you'd want to stick with equities for that growth because they're going to be turning over those dividends for us. Now, beyond that, we have what I'd get into as like our fun money, and typically this is going to be our speculative plays. A lot of people in the precious metals community are going to be speculating on silver, or some people might even be speculating on gold, believing that they're going to be going up. And now this category isn't necessarily going to be what you'll be putting a ton of money into unless you have a ton of disposable income, in which case, by all means, you should be throwing lots of money in your fun money accounts. And now, with that fun money, you're looking for those higher risk things with higher rewards. So you might be looking for more leveraged plays where, you are companies are taking out loans, and with those loans they're able to make bets and guess on certain things, and hopefully they're able to return higher returns, because with that risk reward conundrum we have traditionally with investments, the higher risk we're willing to take, so as companies are taking more and more of that risk, we would expect them to deliver more and more of a return. So with that is going to be where I would kind of put our gold and silver mining stocks. I would put them in that fun money, play money, however you wanted to call that higher risk, higher return aspect. That's not necessarily where you're going to put your emergency savings. It's not going to be where you're putting your retirement account, but it's going to be where you are betting and speculating on things. So how would I actually end up buying these gold and silver mining stocks if I did have a lot of money to put towards fun money at the time? I would probably end up buying an index fund, or I'd find some kind of mutual fund that bought a wide array of different mining companies. Why would I do that? Well, there's lots of research out there that shows that when you have diversification, it lowers risk, yes, but it also can end up, raising your returns in the long run, because it's hard to pick those really good winning stocks. And most people that actually leave their stock portfolios alone, so it's some funny statistics, it's actually people who forget about their stock portfolios and dead people end up having the best stock market returns. It's not the people that are out there managing their portfolios day in and day out that get the best returns. On whole, on average, it's the people that forget about their portfolio and just let it sit. It's not the people that keep managing things. And that's really hard for us to grasp because we want to be able to do something and be able to make more money. And it's okay that sometimes what we really need to do is take a back foot and just calm down, figure out exactly what we need to be investing in. So I'd prefer, if I did have that fund money, I'd prefer to be putting it into more of an index or mutual fund. And that would probably be how I'd go about the mining stock. If I really felt strongly and I had done a lot of research on a company, sure, maybe I would go into a specific mining stock. But that's not necessarily the position I would immediately jump to. I would always default to those index funds and the mutual funds that are going to lower my risk and increase my diversification. That's part of the benefit of our gold and silver stacking journey, is that it adds that diversification for us, and we can end up lowering risk with that diversification. So I don't currently buy into and currently own any mining stocks. I'm not going to completely rule it out in the future, but on whole, my recommendation would be to make sure you have your savings for an emergency. Buy your silver and gold, try and stack that as your secondary emergency fund, and then make sure that y'all are contributing to your retirement accounts as much as possible. No one is going to be there in the future to take care of you except for yourself. And whether or not it's savings in gold and silver, any kind of precious metal, or whether it's savings in different stocks, you need to make sure that you are putting away money for a rainy day. I hope that you found value and you learned something in this video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take care.